All right, how are we doing here? Superheroes in Training. I like the team name. I wonder where it comes from. I never quite figure some of these team names out. Uh, so, what a fun video. What an informative CMP you've created. Uh, let's see. Let's talk about the things that I really liked. I like the charts. I believe that's Mariah. Forgive me. I'm almost positive I caught the intros early on. There, the audio in the beginning is not great. I don't know if you noticed that or not. But the introductions of who was who, I'm almost positive it was Mariah standing and tapping the screen. Um, so I really liked those. It had very much like a TED Talk kind of feel to them. They were very easily visible, which is great. And you also have me convinced now that I let my kids watch way too much TV or their favorite YouTube stars. So thanks for that. I'm a terrible father. Let's see. Like I said, the audio wasn't great, but it was still very nicely put together. There's a clear amount of editing and consideration and care put into the sequencing of your CMP, and that's not something I get all that often. So that's wonderful. Now, you guys had me on the reply all of your interactions, and so I realized this kind of came together in a bit of a piecemeal way with Austin being, or AJ, being a bit removed from a lot of the video production process. And Austin, I thought you did a fine job with what you were tasked to do. Thought your portion is pretty dark. I couldn't really see the screen that you were kind of constantly referring to, and so that made some of the arguments that you were trying to make a little tougher to follow than maybe I'd prefer. The interview also was a little difficult to follow. Who was it? Why were they worthy of being interviewed? Those sorts of questions lingered as I watched them. But it's clear that you got plenty out of it, which is good. Let me see. So could we have tightened up? And I know that Austin sent a video, and then the rest of the group asked for it to be tightened, and then Austin said some version of I don't know how to do that. And so I don't know how to do that is never a favorite answer of mine. There's always a way to figure out a solution. I mean, who doesn't use YouTube for? I mean, I just I had to replace tires on my jogging stroller this weekend, and I don't know how to replace tires on jogging strollers, but YouTube had me doing it in 3 minutes, and so I'm sure there's a solution out there. I don't know how to do that. It's not something I want to hear all that often, especially from a group of people who are tasked with problem solving, and so that did create a very stark, segmentation of the CMP that didn't make for the most overly sort of cohesive viewing experience, for better or for worse, mostly for worse. Let's see, maybe just a little bit on the giggly side. I realized when the camera's rolling, it's a little tough to be serious, but if this is where you're going to put all your eggs in this sort of news report sort of basket, go for it. You know what I mean? Own it. Do right by the format, unless you want to make some sort of meta commentary on the format, which I don't know if that was happening here much. So no citations. So no end notes, no references page at the end of your video. That's a pretty big red flag in terms of following the assignment. It's not a fatal error, of course, but it's not quite as effective as it could be as a result. Bless your hearts for making it Steve Edgehouse News. Reese, maybe one of these days you'll get my name right. I love the bloopers at the end too, by the way. Really added a nice sort of humanizing touch to the proceedings, which is completely great idea as far as I'm concerned. So where does that land us? I feel like your hard work is definitely paid off, because I feel like this is a low B. Okay, so we'll call this, yes, there we go, B minus. Just a couple of the larger beats of the assignment weren't kept up with as clearly as they could have been. But all the same, B minus is a very, very good grade, especially when considering all the different factors that went into the production of this video. So I will be reading your reflections later this week, hopefully sooner than later in the week, to see kind of how everything came together. But I got a pretty good sense just because I was on your emails of how everything got created. So sincerely, guys, thank you so much. I'm looking at all these names. I'm gonna be sad when I don't get any more emails from you, if I don't see your names pop up again on my list of stuff that needs created. So thanks so much for your efforts here, and take care. Have a great day.